Welcome back, everybody. Just another Tech Phantom here, signing on to another episode of phantomtec Reports. The tech world has always had its ups, downs, crypto winters, GPU famines, and that one bloke on Facebook Marketplace trying to sell an RTX 2070 for the low price of your left kidney. But ever since we stepped into the AI gold rush, the entire industry has transformed into something different. Something bigger, something hungrier, something that looks you dead in the eye while stealing your RAM, your sanity, and apparently your electricity bill. So strap in, grab a drink, pat your RGB encrusted cat, and let's talk about why your PC parts there suddenly cost more than your rent, why RAM is being devoured by AI labs like it's a Las Vegas buffet, and why modern web search feels like navigating a dream journal written by Gemini after a long night out. And speaking of RAM, oh boy, let's dive straight into what is now widely known as the great RAM heist of 2025. Some of you remember the mythical era when a 64 gigabyte DDR5 kit dipped under $200. Those were simpler times when you could stroll into a store, pick up a 2x16 gigabyte kit for less than a week's groceries and not feel a sudden urge to write an angry letter to Micron. But now, walk into a PC shop and you're greeted with a $399 price tag in Canada, or $300 plus here in Australia. And that's before the staff member finishes saying "G'day." Why? Because AI companies have decided that RAM is the new gold standard of life. It's no longer just gamers and creators buying memory. It's thousands of startups and mega labs shoveling mountains of DDR5 and ECC RAM into massive data centers like they're trying to resurrect Skynet using raw DIMMs. Every stick they buy is one the consumer market never sees. Manufacturers slowed production during the cost of living slump, and right when the whole world stopped spending, AI went thermonuclear in demand. Companies aren't just ordering RAM in bulk, they're ordering in thousands of terabytes at a time. And who gets ignored first when that happens? Us, the peasants, the PC building gremlins hoping for a miracle sale on Black Friday. And while you're staring at RAM prices like you've accidentally walked into a luxury watch shop, you might wonder if GPUs are next on the chopping block. Shockingly, no, at least not in the same way. Consumer GPUs rely on GDDR6 and GDDR7, made in entirely separate fabrication lines from what AI labs crave. The big brain AI monsters want HBM, the absurdly expensive, heat-producing, wallet-devouring stacked memory found on accelerators like the H100 and MI300X. That stuff is basically the Dom Perignon of RAM tech, while our consumer GDDR sits comfortably in the pub ordering chicken wings, so your 5070 or 5090 isn't fighting an AI supercomputer for parts. GPU launch shortages were a thing, yes, but the panic phase has passed. Instead, the real concern is stock, scalpers, holiday demand spikes, and the usual chaos. But in comparison, RAM is still the war zone. RAM is where the bodies are buried. RAM is where dreams go to die. But RAM isn't the only casualty. AI is also happily nibbling away at your electricity bill. Across the US, Europe, and down here in Australia, households are noticing 10 to 20% increases in electricity costs. And no, Karen, it's not because everyone bought an air fryer during lockdown. It's because enormous AI data centers are being built faster than people can complain on Reddit about them. They draw enough juice to power small towns, and when the grid feels that strain, utilities bump prices. Those increases then trickle down to you faster than your GPU fan ramps up when you open Cyberpunk in overdrive mode. Entire political campaigns are now running on the promise of "I will freeze AI-related power price hikes." Imagine telling that to someone in 2016. While all this chaos is unfolding in the physical world, the digital world isn't faring any better. Try searching for anything online today and you're met with a carnival of chaos. Ads pretending to be search results, sponsored posts pretending to be ads, AI overviews hallucinating like they've just discovered philosophy, and your actual useful results buried somewhere around page 42. Gemini, Copilot, the whole lot. They're so desperate to summarize everything that they'll confidently rewrite a Reddit comment thread into something resembling a fever dream. No wonder people are turning to ChatGPT, local AI setups, even old school forums just to find information written by actual human beings. And here's the beautiful irony. Because search engines are becoming worse, more people are switching to local models like Llama, Ollama, SeerXNG, and Perplexica, which all require lots of RAM, the same RAM that's already being eaten alive by the AI industry. We've essentially turned ourselves into a silicon Ouroboros. The tech industry is now eating its own tail and acting shocked every time it tastes DDR5 again. But this AI chaos extends even further. On social media, AI-generated election images featuring Trump or Clinton have fooled thousands. Some were even watermarked with Google's Synth ID and still slipped through. Meanwhile, generative video content, including entirely AI-made political clips, has been broadcast on news channels before anyone realized they were fake. We have officially entered the age of AI slop, where even scam ads for robot dogs are generated by neural networks. Coca-Cola runs AI ads, politicians debate deepfakes during live events, and misinformation spreads faster than a 4090 melting its power cable. And while chaos spreads across the internet, YouTube's moderation AI is out here swinging a ban hammer like a malfunctioning battle droid. Entire channels are being wiped out because their gardening tutorial was flagged as extremism. A cooking video was somehow hate speech, or my personal favorite, creators get hit for circumvention on brand new channels with 0 strikes. Meanwhile, scam ads sail through untouched. It's like being professionally judged by a toaster. So with all of this happening, you might be wondering whether AI is another bubble waiting to pop, or whether this is simply life now. Unfortunately, it's looking permanent. There's too much military, government, and corporate investment to slow down now. Billions of dollars, national agendas, and global competition fuel this machine. Whether we like it or not, the AI race is on, and no one is tapping the brakes. But the good news is that local models are getting better. People are learning to self-host, and privacy-friendly options are rising. We can still use AI without handing our personal lives over to corporate data vaults. So where does that leave the average PC enthusiast? Smack in the middle of this madness. RAM and storage will likely stay expensive. GPUs look stable for now until the next crypto boom or interdimensional disaster. Power bills will continue rising where AI infrastructure overloads the grid. And search engines, they'll probably get worse before they get better. But there's a silver lining. It's easier than ever to run powerful AI tools right on your own machine. With the right rig, you can keep your privacy intact while still gaining the benefits of modern AI without the corporate slop attached. Even if you hate AI on principle, local AI may become your best ally. As we wind this episode down, it's clear the PC world feels cursed lately. Prices soar, misinformation spreads, and companies seem allergic to making sensible decisions. But you're not imagining things. It really is getting weirder out there. And until the AI industry stops chain smoking compute power like university students slamming energy drinks before finals, the madness won't settle. So the message today is simple. Stay informed, stay sharp, stay private, and stay subscribed to Phantom Tech. The only place where your information isn't hallucinated, manipulated, or buried under 12 layers of ads. Because if you don't, well, the AI data centers might just come for your RAM next, and your electricity bill, and maybe even your sanity. But hey, at least your GPU is safe for now. Well, peeps, I'm just another tech phantom signing off from Phantom Tech. So thanks for joining us, and peace.